morning! So, voice over lang muna sa ngayon. Ito tayo naglalakad papunta sa flying field. Well, technically hindi siya flying field kasi nakita ko lang siya sa maps. And dun sa app na Open Sky, pwede namang magpalipad sa area as long as nag-abide dun sa proper altitude and stuff. So, yeah. Um, Gagamitin natin is the T1 Ranger. Ito yung PNP, the all stock motor, stock ESC, and CG check. So, bagong install ko lang tong Walksnail digital FPV. So, testing the auto launch function. And later on, you will see me flicking the return to home function just to test the RTH. Yep. So at this point, I'm satisfied and confident that the RTH function is working. So we'll try to go to the beach area there. So this is my first time flying with a digital setup. Well, not actually first time because I did it the other day. Just mainly trimming and tuning the plane. This is the Walksnail setup, the Fat Shark Dominator goggles paired with the Walksnail Avatar HD V2 system with stock antenna on the VTX. I'm pretty sure at this point I'm seeing the red screen on the goggles on and off for some reason. Maybe because of a tree or something obstructing the view. So I flick the return to home there. I will try to approach the beach area using another angle of approach. Or maybe my head is not pointed the right direction at that time. And the patch antenna is not directed to the aircraft. I think my altitude is quite decent and shouldn't cause any problems at this range. You can see the bit rate there going down and then going back up. It's just fluctuating. I've also had some screen alerts at this point, so I thought maybe it's just a setup and I'm just limited to about 1 kilometer range for now. But look at that view though. This is my first time shifting to digital, and I've been flying analog all these time. And look at that, it's very crispy. You can really appreciate the foam in the beach and the tree details. Man, it's really crisp. If I'll be able to find a good spot and maybe a good range, I would want to just cruise along that coast there. Now this one's a better angle. The sun peeking out from the clouds, giving just the right amount of highlights and shadows on the beach. And this is the best angle so far. Sun at the back, casting all of these highlights. It's so really nice having this digital FPV thing. Like the immersion is a really big step up from the analog system. But there are issues like latency, But if you're just cruising, and for me, I only mostly fly fixed wing anyways, so for me, it doesn't really matter. The only thing that I've noticed with the stock VTX antenna is that I'm quite limited to just 1 kilometer range. I've tried doing a bit of a range check, but after going 1.1 kilometers, the bit rate's dropping, and I've had a few frame drops. And I don't think it's the goggles because I'm using the True RC antenna set, two patch and the two circular ones, the Omnis. And based on reviews, I think they are pretty reliable. So I might change the VTX antenna in the future because I'm only getting just 1.1 kilometer range. So this is me going back and going in for the landing. So overall, the experience is really great. I'm using the T1 Ranger, and I've been flying using an 18650 Li-ion pack 3S, 3400 milliamps, and I was able to keep the plane up for more than 20 minutes. I think I can push it up to maybe more than 30 minutes just by cruising. So yeah, it was fun. And the Walksnail, it's good, man. Um, Shifting from analog to digital is a really new experience, a new and fun experience. You gotta try it. If you are into like the details of flight, taking in the view, and all that stuff, I totally recommend. Now you will have issues with the range if you're one who like really flies for range compared to all those analog stuff with their wide array of antennas and setups out there. But some were able to push the Walksnail to a more than 10-kilometer range. So who knows? It's a fairly new introduction to the hobby. They are really working hard on upgrades and updates. So maybe it's not going to be much of an issue in the future, like doing this long range stuff. Now back to the Ranger. I noticed that it doesn't really like much the slow speeds, and when doing some landings you have to keep the speed a bit up because it will stall. You see me here gauging the speed and the altitude because as much as possible I wanted a soft landing. So I'm really trying to be careful with it. And yeah, definitely fun to fly, fun experience, and I'll see you on the next.